Alright, I will explain it in a way so that even if you don't play the game, you understand. This character has two sets of normal attacks. First ones are done out of dash, they have this flash animation. Those are called flash normals, because she's a flash master. And just normal attacks, they are done without using any motion options prior. Flash normals looked cooler, and you could backdash afterwards. Opponent would have to take risks in order to catch you. And you had nothing on normal attacks, just forced to eat the incoming mix-up. That's it. Very simple, but I'm gonna make a separate graph on the board called problem. That all of these moves were easily sidesteppable, so whenever you're approaching your opponent, he could sidestep on response, avoiding like 90% of your moveset. That was the problem that needed to be fixed. Dev with the biggest giga brain saw this and thought, damn, I know the exact way this needs to be buffed.
Bring it on!
You can now backdash out of regular attacks. Pretty cool. Flash attacks are now plus on block. Insane buff. Except for some characters you're not plus against. Don't worry, for these characters you can stylishly sidestep to the side. Except for the characters that you can't. For these characters you can only sidestep using your normal attacks. Except some characters you can't sidestep at all against. For these characters, you're only positive on your heavy kick in any state. Now listen, there are 36 characters in the roster, and what this mad scientist did is that he took 5 or 6 characters you can do one thing against, 5 or 6 characters you can do another thing against. That's too few to make some response a rule and yet too many to ignore. Plus every single character has an awakening mode, meaning rules can change on the fly. You lab that you are positive on a base Ichigo, but then he awakens and it is no longer so. Meaning if you want to make use of this buff, which is plus frames, big deal, you have to memorize all the main matchups and their changes. In this one, your normals push just enough to create a space trap. Doesn't work on other characters that look like him. It's alright, things have gotten a little complicated, but that's depth, that's interesting gameplay. Except for when you go online.
This is gonna be fun.
Normally you cannot sidestep final Getsuga Ichigo, but online you suddenly can. Holy, there's hidden buffs? Cool! But then you could sidestep Bankai Ichigo with your normal attacks, and then online you suddenly can't? Oh no, oh no. Space traps are gone? And some things do work as intended? Dude, online this is a fiesta of chaos. You just kinda hope that what you labbed offline will correlate to the online experience, but in reality it's like a wild cat that only works when it wants to, but could also give you opportunities that would be missing offline. As you can see, we've went a long way from you could just backdash from a block string. I want to mention that none of this was listed in the patch notes, they just randomly came up with it. I have no idea how a regular person was supposed to figure that all out, but they do. And I have forgotten to mention you the funniest part. Do you remember in the beginning I made this little section called problems? It's exactly the same! They did not do anything to change that! Brother, who buffs like that? Who?